en tout dernier, c'est-à-dire au mois de juin. Au mois de juin 2024, parce qu'il me demande de l'argent pour le jet privé.
In today's digital age, technology enables us to form relationships with just a few taps, making it easy to believe that genuine connections can be created online. But what happens when those connections are manipulated? What happens when the person you think you're talking to someone you admire turns out to be a fraud? This is the shocking video of how a woman fell victim to one of the most sophisticated online scams of 2025. Her journey through digital deception is a reminder of how powerful emotions can be and how easy it is for scammers to prey on our vulnerabilities. A fresh start in the digital world. Anne, a 53-year-old interior designer from France, was navigating the waters of a recent divorce. In search of new beginnings, she turned to social media, something she had been hesitant to join before. With a camera in hand, Anne shared pictures of her latest ski trip in the French Alps. These photos, full of vibrant blue skies and snow-covered mountains, were her way of embracing life after her marriage. She never expected them to lead to a life-changing experience. Not long after her post, Anne received a direct message from someone claiming to be Jane Pitt, the mother of Brad Pitt. The message was simple. "Hello, Anne. I'm Jane Pitt, Brad's mother. My son needs someone like you." Anne laughed at first, dismissing the message as a prank or a scam. After all, who would believe that Brad Pitt's mother would reach out to a random person? But curiosity got the better of her, and she decided to reply. What followed was an exchange that would spiral into an emotional and financial nightmare. The connection with this person quickly deepened. The messages felt real, and it wasn't long before Anne found herself in constant communication with someone who claimed to be Brad Pitt himself. The growing digital romance. As the weeks passed, the messages became increasingly personal. The fake Brad Pitt shared stories about his struggles with fame, his longing for privacy, and his search for real connections. Anne, feeling the weight of her recent divorce, began to confide in him as well. The conversations grew deeper and more emotional. The fake Brad made her feel seen, heard, and understood in a way that she hadn't experienced in years. The person on the other end of the screen knew exactly how to play on Anne's emotions. They spoke of shared dreams, the pain of loneliness, and the desire for a simple life away from the spotlight. What started as small talk soon became declarations of affection. Brad Pitt, it seemed, was pouring his heart out to Anne. It was the kind of attention that many people long for, especially after a tough life event like a divorce. Over time, the conversations became more romantic. The fake Brad sent her poems, told her he had feelings for her, and expressed how much he needed her. He even shared AI-generated images of himself, Brad Pitt, the superstar, in various settings like movie sets and private jets. These pictures were so convincing that Anne had no reason to question their authenticity. She was truly convinced that she was talking to the real Brad Pitt. The request for help. The romantic messages weren't the only thing that began to escalate. After several months of digital courtship, the fake Brad told Anne that he was battling a severe health condition, kidney cancer. He claimed that his accounts were frozen due to his divorce, and he urgently needed financial help for his medical treatment. The messages grew more desperate as he explained his situation in detail. Anne, moved by the story, felt compelled to help. This wasn't just about money, it was about love. She believed that she was helping someone she truly cared for, someone who was vulnerable and in need of assistance. The fake Brad sent her emotional messages, pleading for her support and expressing his gratitude for her willingness to help him through this tough time. But the requests didn't stop there. The fake Brad asked for money to cover his medical expenses, travel costs, and even fees for sending her gifts. Each time, Anne complied, sending money with the belief that she was helping her partner. The man she had grown to love had convinced her that without her support, he might not survive. Anne was now emotionally and financially invested in the relationship, unable to see the red flags that were becoming more apparent. The shocking discovery. Everything came crashing down in early 2025 when Anne came across an article in a magazine. The headline read, "Brad Pitt and Inés de Ramón, a new Hollywood couple." Anne froze as she read the story. She had been talking to Brad Pitt for months, but this article revealed that Brad was in a public relationship with someone else. The realization hit her like a wave. She had been duped. She immediately reached out to the fake Brad to confront him about the article. She asked him directly if the rumors were true, but the responses she had grown accustomed to, quick, loving, and reassuring, stopped coming. Instead, the messages became vague, and eventually they stopped altogether. The person she thought was Brad Pitt had disappeared. The digital romance that had once felt so real had evaporated into thin air. The public mockery and ridicule. Anne's story soon made its way to the public, and the reaction was not one of empathy. While some sympathized with her, others mocked her on social media. The media outlets picked up her story, and people online were quick to criticize her for falling for such an elaborate scam. Memes began to circulate, turning her painful experience into a source of entertainment for others. One tweet from a local sports team added fuel to the fire. "Brad told us he'd be at the stadium. Hi, Anne." This kind of ridicule stung, but Anne didn't let it break her. Instead of retreating further, she began to speak out about her experience, hoping that her story would help others recognize the dangers of online scams. She deleted her social media accounts and withdrew from the public eye, but she also sought justice. A call for compassion and awareness. Anne's lawyer addressed the public, calling for more compassion for victims of online scams. Anne is not alone. Many people fall victim to these frauds, and they shouldn't be ridiculed. We need to focus on educating the public and protecting people from falling prey to these kinds of scams, the lawyer said. The case highlighted the emotional toll that digital fraud can take. Anne's story became a powerful example of how scammers use advanced technology to create convincing online personas. They exploit people's emotions, preying on their vulnerabilities and desires. Through Anne's experience, others began to realize how easy it is to be manipulated by a digital stranger who knows how to pull at your heartstrings. The digital age and the dangers it poses. Anne's journey through online deception is a stark reminder of how the digital age can be both a blessing and a curse. While technology allows us to connect with people across the globe, it also makes it easier for scammers to exploit those connections for financial and emotional gain. Scammers today are more sophisticated than ever, using AI, fake images, and carefully crafted messages to create believable personas. Anne's case serves as a cautionary tale for anyone engaging in online relationships. While digital connections can be fulfilling, they also come with risks. It's important to be vigilant, to question the authenticity of the people you meet online, and to never give in to emotional manipulation. And there you have it, folks, the shocking tale of how a digital romance turned into a devastating scam. If you think getting scammed by a fake Brad Pitt is insane, just wait until you hear about Connor Maynard's paternity controversy. It's got twists you won't see coming. If you found this eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a new video.